Morning, Aries, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. Hey, Aries, as a bonus to you, and once again, happy birthday to you, I'd like to go on and offer you a more specific romantic-based reading, which will be valid, ladies and gentlemen, until the end of this month. I'm going to be using my tarot deck, as you see already displayed here, in addition to a variety of additional oracle decks that I feel that would offer you part and advice into your situation. Okay, so Aries, prior to getting in your reading, I like to first start off and just play a little combination game just to get a little bit more specifics into your situation. And Aries, as we move along through this reading, if it resonates, go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you've yet to subscribe, Aries, please take a few moments to do so now. Okay, let's go on and get started. First, looking at the tarot cards that you have here presented in your reading, okay? These cards as displayed here, this cross here. So, Aries, it looks like that you have a predominance here of sword cards here in your reading, okay? And so, this shows that there's a lot of air energy that seems to be lurking, of course, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And it also suggests that you're facing obstacles, and there might also be a lot of arguing, bickering, fighting, that may be present in your romantic circumstance as we see here. Okay? And just by adding up the cards here, it results in a number of 37, which equates to the number of 10. So this number kind of suggests to me, it kind of connects to both, the Wheel of Fortune as well as, ladies and gentlemen, the Magician. Therefore, the message here kind of tells me to kind of tell you that there is really something that you must really face now, something that you must take action now as it relates to your relationship, okay? And you, in fact, Aries, have the necessary talent and or ability to kind of accomplish your mission. But keep in mind, Aries, that, looking at these cards here is that, one thing you need to understand about this number is that it denotes not only an ending of some sorts or a death and rebirth type situation, but a cyclical, if you will, re-beginning. The point that you're kind of emerging from, an old existence to the new. And I'm feeling that you're going to find that this transition might feel and be a bit uncomfortable for you, since many of you might be a bit indecisive, I feel, about whether to stay or to go. Okay? But the wheel also offers you another try, Aries, another spin, if you will, and it kind of urges you, as I've already suggested to you, Aries, to kind of take action, okay? Also, let's look at some directional clues here, okay? You see that this Queen of Swords here seems to have her back turned against that King of Swords there. So that would suggest that because she is, in fact, because her back is, in fact, turned away from the King of Swords, there appears to be problems with communication, Aries, ladies and gentlemen, that you may be having, where the two of you might find it impossible to kind of see eye to eye about a situation, okay? I'm also seeing, too, that despite the card that fell to the bottom here, this Four of Cups, in your original reading here, there are no cups carding. And of course, you would expect to see those type of cards in a romantic type relationship. So this would suggest to me that this relationship might be a bit frivolous, okay? One of you may not be as serious as the other, and it may be a bit one-sided. So an injection of love might aid in your situation, okay? I'm also seeing, too, ladies and gentlemen, that you don't have any pentacles in your reading, okay? So stability seems to be lacking in your reading, and perhaps financial matters might be causing havoc as well as, in your situation, okay? That might be causing a bit of a distance for you two guys, okay? Also, we have this Six of Swords there, okay? And we have these two court cards there. So that suggests to me, when I usually see that type of combination, it shows that a lot of you may even be divers or even surfers. Okay, and I'm also seeing this Two of Wands here, and let's connect that with the court cards. And that shows that either you are or the person that you might be dealing with might be at the top of his or her field, you know, that I'm kind of getting here. You also have somewhat of a minor type time in conjunction here because this Two of Wands appear immediately before that Emperor. So, since that occurs in your reading, this shows that you are, again, as I suggested, approaching a new cycle. And since it's a 2, you can kind of bet your bottom dollar that there will be challenges which might occur within the next 2 days or 2 weeks, or something seems that it might be in connection with business or some type of creative endeavors, or strange people that you really haven't seen in a while or might even be returning. Okay, and I'm feeling that many of you looking at this card are gonna be dealing with very authoritative or powerful type person. Okay, and I'm picking up Aries, a fire type element, either Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, as well as an abundance of air signs that I'm kind of feeling here. Okay, you have this King of Swords and that Queen of Swords there, and that denotes to me infidelity. And this combination also shows, for some of you, I'm feeling this looking at your cards, some of you seem to be going to some type of a lawsuit or a separation of some sense, or even possibly a divorce, and it shows an amicable settlement. It also shows lawyers that's involved in your situation. It also shows for some of you that medical advice might be given, or it shows medical specialists or even advisors when you're kind of seeing that card there. Okay, so let's go on and get started, ladies and gentlemen, and start with the card falling to the bottom of the deck here. We have that Four of Cups cards, ladies and gentlemen. So of course, when you see that card, ladies and gentlemen, it really brings about a lot of boredom, a lot of feelings of apathy, if you will. You just seems to be, kind of bored, about your situation, and I'm picking up with this card. The moon is usually in Cancer with this card, so I'm certainly also getting the other water signs of Pisces and the Scorpios, but you might be waiting on an apology, if you will, and you might be feeling a bit fed up when it comes to romance, or feeling a bit jaded, I'm seeing a lot of depression and doubt here, okay? And, since you might be also refusing too, when you're looking at this card, to see kind of opportunities that might be present in your life, and you feel, I'm feeling a bit deprived and kind of want to maybe reunite with someone that's been estranged from you, okay? I'm feeling that with this card, it brings about a feeling of being very scattered, confusing. It makes you be very confused as to, really what to do. You feel a sense of being stuck in a rut. But keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that, sulking over your situation, it really won't change things with this card until you kind of take concerted action, as I've already suggested to you. Okay, and perhaps you might need to take time to examine what it is that you really want in way of a relationship. So the focus here looks like it should be maybe placed more so on you and not your lover. And this card is kind of suggesting too that if something is bothering you, there's a need to kind of talk things over with your lover, and don't, cut yourself off from really opportunities, or withdraw, your emotions, if you will, from a person. And we see these cloud cards here. And guys, clouds usually represents change. And just as clouds tend to kind of appear and, disappear without a trace, the message here, Aries, is that your problems, although quite difficult to you at this time, they're problems that will eventually fade and have no lasting type effect when you're kind of seeing that card there, okay? And as I suggested to you, there really is, in fact, a need for reflection and patience. Because you see here that with those Three of Cups cards there, seeing those Three of Cups in this card, it shows that you've been somewhat drained emotionally, and this says that you're really not good to kind of focus that you focus on the past, because what's really done is done, and you just have to accept that reality. And it shows a sense of outgrowth, that you may have outgrown someone, or you're kind of missing opportunities, due to your being stuck in the past. So it's kind of telling you guys that you need to get a little stuck out of the past, because you're not seeing this opportunity that seems to be coming offered, or that's going to be offered to you, which suggests, ladies and gentlemen, new possibilities that perhaps might be coming towards you. And this card is kind of suggesting, ladies and gentlemen, that you may want to consider, in your situation, trying to kind of use your intuition, to kind of lead you or guide you, to your next best step, I'm feeling, okay? Now let's go on and look at your past influences in your relationship. You have that King of Swords there. So that card definitely represents an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But I'm kind of picking strong energies from earth type signs like a Taurus, a Capricorn, as well as a Virgo. That seems to be connection in your picture. So, ladies and gentlemen, this card is certainly all about truth, authority, and directness, okay? And the person that I'm kind of seeing here might be a social worker, or a retired person, a government official, a lawyer, or even a veteran of some sorts. But I'm kind of seeing gray and type hair, or this person appears to be older, and doesn't have to be male. It could be either male or female. I mean, the person is very protective, controlling, seems to be very experienced and established. And I'm feeling that the person may have been involved in his or her form of employment for some time now. And even for some of you, they may be in the spa or meditation type business, or something involved with senior citizens, or a family type practice. But this card certainly shows a bit of a lot of distrust. So, ladies and gentlemen, this card says that you kind of felt great apprehension, about your future with this man or female, and kind of felt a bit left down, but it seems that you kind of muscled up the courage to kind of not let it bother you and flustered you, and I'm kind of feeling that he or she might have kind of tried to dictate, how you act or feel or think, which kind of made you feel a bit trapped, I'm kind of feeling, okay? Let's move right along to your present influence that seems to be affecting here. And we have that Queen of Swords. So once again, it represents a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But I also see this card is also representing Earth-type signs, okay? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorns, okay? So this card, ladies and gentlemen, is certainly all about confidence, autonomy, and precision. So this tells me that either this male or female seems to have had a pretty smile, and they're very attractive and charming and good nature. And I'm kind of also picking up blonde or light brown hair too. This person also might have been an interior decorator, or working designing, or maybe an artist or hairdresser. But you can rest assured that with this card, it brings about a narcissist type personality. Okay, I kind of feel that alone, you feel a sense of being alone, and you're kind of, I'm feeling you and another have been separated in a sense, and you won't know how to really contend with it, not really knowing whether to go with the flow or to, you really just are very indecisive right now in this state. Therefore, I'm kind of feeling that many of you will be going it alone, for the time being, if you will, and due to really, guys, the autonomous nature of this card. And I feel that this time of isolation is going to provide you, or give you time to kind of focus on what you really need, okay? Because the person that you're dealing with appears to be a bit distant and bitter, and also, like, as I said, they could be involved in some hospitality type work, and I feel that your focus seems to be really not on a relationship right now. It seems to be more so business or career type oriented, okay? I'm also feeling the sense that this woman or man could also be light skin, or have fair hair, and like gray or silver type hair. And I'm feeling that, if you've been somehow involved in a dispute, this card kind of recommends making a neutral space if you want to kind of come back together, where differences can kind of be worked out. Or, if you're just tired of it, this card is kind of suggesting, ladies and gentlemen, that it might well be time for you to just move on, okay? Let's move right along, ladies and gentlemen, and look at what's potentially hidden in your situation, okay? You have that Six of Swords, okay? So, of course, once again, it refers to an air-type temperament, you know? Gemini, Libra, and or Aquarius. But this card certainly forebodes well for better days to come, you know? You see how the waves of the water here seems to be rough, but you seem to be moving on to better pastures, okay? So this card also suggests that perhaps maybe in 6 days or 6 weeks, you might even take a journey across water to the country to where the person that you would like to see or to visit him or her in some way, okay? So this card brings about better communication because it is Mercury in Aquarius, okay? And once again, when you see this card, ladies and gentlemen, it's definitely all about movement and really saying goodbye to the past, you know, troubles and, you know, really getting away and relocating for some of you, okay? It shows you moving to a new phase in life after a, you know, what you would call a prolonged time of emotional upheaval. You know, it kind of shows you moving on with your life. Perhaps you might feel you are doing too much in this relationship and you're just tired of it and you just really just want to move on. You're tired of trying to put in more effort to sustain this relationship when you see that your partner may have been a bit one-sided. This card also shows that new friends in a relationship is going to come towards you, or they're going to come towards you if you allow it to, okay? Let's move right along, ladies and gentlemen, and look at your next card here. We have that, you know, we have this Two of Wands card there. So with this card, ladies and gentlemen, Mars is in Aries, okay? And it also connects with Leo and Sagittarius. So this relationship that you're in or that you might be involved in may be a relationship that might be one of convenience, or that to one of you may appear to be one of convenience, okay? Because this card, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about vision, you know, ambition, faith, and once again, autonomy. So this card denotes a period of waiting and restlessness that you're going to have to endure, okay? So some of you might be contemplating a trip with a lover, or you're waiting for a phone call or something to kind of come through. And this card asks you to really take charge. You know, ladies and gentlemen, proceed in a step-by-step manner. But I feel that someone from whom you've been estranged certainly is going to try to return as if to have a last go around with you. Someone who more than likely treated you badly, ladies and gentlemen. You know? So this card is kind of also asking you to kind of leave decisions open. You know, you might need to withdraw a bit before making a decision and try to be a bit neutral. And ladies and gentlemen, since this is a 2, there are possibly 2 options that might be coming towards you, or 2 courses of action available that you can take. And since challenges are present, ladies and gentlemen, you must modify things, you know. This card is kind of asking or kind of calling for a bit more flexibility that I feel that perhaps that you have not been accustomed to doing. And one of the things to notice is that, you know, with this card, this man seems to have the world in his hand, and that really represents success. But he doesn't, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see any excitement in this picture that he appears to be happy, enjoying any of his accomplishments. So he wants things to happen, but isn't kind of taking any action. So true, ladies and gentlemen, you're not doing the thing that he's doing. You need to take action. So you might be having a hard time getting out of your comfort zone, with having this sense of boredom or this restlessness, if you will. And just to take a step back to the Six of Swords there shows that, you know, one of the good things with the card, you know, even though that this man is traveling across these, you know, troubled waters and moving towards something, you know, better pastures and everything, we have to notice that these swords are really still standing balanced despite being in this boat. So that suggests stability will return after suffering. And it shows you guys changing directions, okay? And it shows you moving from difficulty. So it shows that you need to really try to, ladies and gentlemen, set your sights on a better future. And last but not least, here we have this Emperor card as your likely outcome. So, you know, of course, this card represents an Aries. And it's all about endurance, you know, authority, or even a domination when you see this card. So this card can kind of show passion and energy or domination in a relationship that might crop up. But you have to understand that this card asks you to kind of show your commitment to a relationship, or distance yourself from those who might have caused havoc, you know? I kind of see you guys therefore kind of making plans to kind of reunite or to kind of get with someone, but I still feel that you're going to feel a bit disappointed still with this card, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, as I suggested to you, I decided to add a few additional oracle cards to just give you a bit more parting advice into your situation. The first, ladies, gentlemen, that we're going to examine comes from the Rings Virtues deck, the Romance Angels. And the message here is that, guys, it's certainly safe for you to kind of love, you know. And maybe you need to just try to open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Because this card kind of knows that you may have had painful experiences, you know, but this card is telling you that you might need to kind of open yourself up, just as this card is showing here that you may be ignoring other potential romantic interests who might benefit you more or who may offer you the things that you desire. But because you're so stuck on the past, it's hard for you to see the forest forth from the trees, if you will, okay? The next two cards I decided to select, ladies and gentlemen, comes from Sylvia Brown's deck, and the message here is to, you know, try to avoid, you know, being pulled by people who kind of use you and kind of put you down, and, you know, really be careful that negativity doesn't really lodge in your body, ladies and gentlemen. Try to visualize a green light around you, and that certainly will help you for protection, okay? The next card we're going to be examining comes from John Holland's The Psychic Tarot deck, and the card selected here is, ladies and gentlemen, Harmony. So this card is all about restoring harmony, and it says that, you know, the possibility that, you know, a deep union might be even, you know, manifesting for you in the future, okay? And it's telling you to just, you know, kind of prepare yourself for that, and it's asking you to kind of, you know, it's time for you to really kind of, you know, really decide and take actions on what you will want in a certain relationship, because the bonds you form with others are really, you know, really about you, and it's asking you, you know, what is this relationship is bringing you? What do you feel that you're going to be learning, you know, from this relationship, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The next card we're going to be examining comes from Doreen's Virtues deck, the Archangel's Oracle cards, okay? And the card selected is, ladies and gentlemen, remember who you are, okay? And this connects with Archangel Michael. So this card tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that you are certainly and indeed powerful, loving, and you are definitely a creative God, a creative child of God. And, you know, realize that you are loved and you are made in His image. And don't be afraid of your power and to express the things that you really want to get out of a relationship to the person that you have interest in, you know. The next card we're going to be examining, ladies and gentlemen, also comes from Doreen's Virtues deck, Messages from the Angels, and this time I decided to go in and select two cards, and we have the Zana card here, and this card is also reassuring you, ladies and gentlemen, that you are certainly protected from all type of harm. You know, the worst is now behind you. This card knows that you've been going through and experiencing a lot of problems. Know that the worst is almost over, as I've already told you with your tea leaf reading. And this card is kind of asking you to kind of relax, ladies and gentlemen, and feel safe. And once again, Archangel Michael appears once again in your reading, and he's telling you again, he's certainly with you. And he's really giving you the courage to stand up to matters that you have to stand up to. And like I said, some of you may be going through a separation or some type of legal difficulties, and he's assuring you that he's with you, okay? And he's going to help you to work towards, you know, discovering your life purpose, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the next cards I decided to select also comes from Doreen's Virtues deck, Healing with the Fairies, okay? And I decided to go on and select two cards. And the first we're going to look at is Visualization. And the message here is the one that has been echoed throughout the whole reading, is that use your intuition and your clairvoyance, ladies and gentlemen, in your dreams to kind of picture in your mind what it is that you want in the way of a relationship, and realize that it could manifest, okay? And with your next card, some of you may not have been, or may not be honest or haven't been honest with yourself about what it is that you want in the way of a relationship. And this card is kind of telling you that stop, really hiding your true feelings, okay? And just be forthright with what it is that you want from the person that you would like to be with, okay? And that's the reason why you're really kind of feeling a bit stuck in your situation, because you're not really expressing what you're really feeling, okay? And last but not least, I decided to go on and select a few cards from Colette's Barron's Read deck, the Wisdom of the Avalon cards. And the message here, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that a lot of you are in a bit of a restriction, okay? So it's saying that basically, as I've been suggesting and echoing throughout your reading, that you're feeling a sense of being in prison. But you are, in fact, making your own prison with this card, okay? So this card is kind of telling you to kind of pay attention to, the steps that you need to take to kind of get out of this restriction, and, take stock of where you are and where you've come, and, how in the hell did you get there? This is what this card is kind of, suggesting to you, and is asking you, along with this Eagle card, ladies and gentlemen, once again, use your spirit. Use your intuition, use the angelic realm to kind of help you make the choices that you feel that's needed. But make sure that the choices, ladies and gentlemen, that you make are choices that are replete with truth and integrity. And last but not least, I decided to go on and just, implement or use a few additional cards from Doreen's deck, Doreen's Virtues deck, and it certainly shows that, ladies and gentlemen, a happy surprise is coming towards you. Something very good is about to happen in your romantic situation. It also shows you that a guardian angel, you're not alone in your situation, is kind of assisting you along and kind of getting what you would want to have. But just rest assured that in order to obtain what you want, you need to be very truthful and have great integrity and kind of getting what you want. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have for you. I certainly hope that this reading has offered food for thought. Once again, if it has resonated, go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you yet to subscribe, please take a few moments to do so now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like a more personalized reading, you can certainly contact me at WAT61073@gmail.com. Do enjoy your day, and I look forward to hearing your comments.